Typically, the MacBook Pro with Apple Silicon delivers excellent thermal performance. If your Mac is overheating, you can try replacing the thermal paste or cleaning the dust. Before starting a teardown, make sure to back up your Mac and fully discharge the battery. Now, let's identify the tools we'll need. Official screwdrivers, torque drivers, and bits. Or you can use a regular screwdriver instead of the torque driver and bit. You can choose between a phase change pad and thermal paste. If you don't have a battery cover, you can use a simple piece of plastic instead to prevent accidentally scratching the battery. Place the computer on a clean, flat surface with the bottom face up. Use the Pentalobe P5 screwdriver to remove 4 long screws, and then remove 4 short screws. 4 internal clips attach the bottom case to the top case. Use the suction cup to pull up it. Once the entire bottom case is lifted with suction cups, it is unnecessary to use them on the middle or lower area. Insert the flat end of the black stick into the display and top case. Then pull the black stick to disengage the spring fingers. Remove the bottom case and set it face up on a clean, flat surface. Place the battery cover on the battery. To remove the 2 3IP screws from the trackpad connector cover, remove the cover and save it for reassembly. Lift the end of the trackpad flex cable off the connector. Gently peel the tab off the locking lever of the battery management unit flex cable. Then use the black stick to flip up the locking lever. Slide the end of the flex cable out of the connector. Wait 1 minute after disconnecting the flex cable for the logic board to discharge. Lift the end of the trackpad flex cable off the connector. Then, gently peel the BMU flex cable off the 5IP screw. Remove the 5IP screw. Remove 3 3IP screws from the antenna cable and cover. Remove the cover. Lift the end of antenna cables off the connector. Remove the 9 Pentalobe P2 screws from the venti antenna module. Remove the 2 long outer 5IP screws and the 4 short inner 5IP screws from the venti antenna module. Lift the vent antenna module out of the top case. Remove the 17 3IP screws from the 8 covers. The 16-inch model need to remove the 21 3IP screws. The left speaker connector cover has a circular etching in the middle. Lift the ends of the 10 flex cables off the connectors. Gently peel the Touch ID board flex cable from the logic board. Lift the display flex cable. Clips off the internal frame of the top case. Gently fold them back over the edge of the top case. The 16-inch model need to lift the ends of the 12 flex cables off the connectors. Use ESD-safe tweezers to peel back the tabs on the ends of the 7 flex cables. Use the black stick to flip up the locking levers on the 7 flex cable connectors. Slide the flex cables out of the connectors. Gently slide the tweezer tip under the flex cable to loosen the adhesive between the flex cable and the logic board. The 16-inch model need to slide the 5 flex cables out of the connectors. Use ESD-safe tweezers to peel off the 4 screw covers from the screws. Remove 6 5IP screws from the logic board. Remove the 5 5IP screws from the logic board in the order shown. The 16-inch model need to remove 6 5IP screws from the logic board near the fans, and then remove 4 5IP screws from the bottom of the logic board. Remove the 3 6IP screws from the logic board. The 16-inch model need to remove 2 6IP screws from the upper corners of the logic board, and then remove 2 4mm hex nut screws from the lower corners of the logic board. Peel back the fan duct covers from the fans. Then gently fold back the fan duct covers and flex cables. Use Kapton tape to hold them back, as shown, to prevent cable damage. Don't bend them farther than 90 degrees. Don't tape back the trackpad and BMU flex cables. Don't damage the Touch ID board flex cable as you remove the logic board. Use the black stick to slightly lift the edge of the logic board as shown. Gently tilt up the logic board as shown. Then slide the logic board out of the top case. Remove the 6 3IP screws from the fans. Then remove the 2 5IP screws from the fans. The 16-inch model used the flat end of the black stick to gently peel the fan flex cable off the top case. Use ESD-safe tweezers to peel off the 4 screw covers. Then remove the 4 3IP screws from the fans and the 4 5IP screws from the fans. Temporarily peel off the Kapton tape that hold the fan duct cover. The cover is an integral part of the fan and cannot be removed separately. Remove the fans from the top case. Remove the Kapton tape that holds down the fan flex cable. Then, Flip the fan over and use a JCIS number 0 Phillips screwdriver to remove the screws on the back. Use ESD safe brush to clean the dust from the fan blades. After cleaning, reinstall the JCIS number 0 Phillips screws. Finally, use Kapton tape to hold back the fan flex cable. Turn over the logic board. Remove 4-5 IP flexure screws from the heat sink. Gently hold down the flexure when removing the screws on each flexure clip. Gently lift the heat sink from the logic board. This video shows the M1 Pro chip, and you can see two different thermal compounds being used. The memory on the M1 Pro and M1 Max is uncovered, and the area is filled with black thermal gel. The later chips come with a top cover. Use IPA wipes to clean the thermal paste from the heat sink and processor chip. Don't remove the black thermal gel from the memory area. Apply thermal paste or a phase change pad to the raised sections of the heatsink base. Carefully align the heatsink screw bosses with the screw holes on the logic board. Put the heatsink flexures back in place. Set the torque value to 10 Newton-centimeter. Gently hold down the flexure when replacing the screws. Use the adjustable torque driver and 5 IP bit or Torx T5 screwdriver to reinstall the 4-5 IP screws. Check if the screws on both sides of the flexures are even. If not, the flexures needs to be reseated. Use the blue torque driver and 3 IP bit or Torx T3 screwdriver to reinstall the 6-3 IP screws into the fans. Set the torque value to 16 Newton-centimeter. Use the adjustable torque driver and 5 IP bit or Torx T5 screwdriver to reinstall the 2-5 IP screws into the fans. The 16-inch model used the blue torque driver and 3 IP bit or Torx T3 screwdriver to reinstall the 4-3 IP screws into the fans. Position the screw covers over each of the 4 screws. Then use the adjustable torque driver and 5 IP bit or Torx T5 screwdriver to reinstall the 4-5 IP screws into the fans. Press and hold the fan flex cables for 15 seconds to adhere them to the top case. Reattach the fan duct covers to the top case with Kapton tape. Hold back the trackpad and BMU flex cables. Tilt down the edge of the logic board to lower the logic board into the top case. Don't damage the Touch ID board flex cable as you position the logic board. Finally, gently remove the Kapton tape from the fan duct covers and flex cables. Set the torque value to 0.4 Newton-meter. Use the adjustable torque driver and 6 IP bit or Torx T6 screwdriver to reinstall the 3/6 IP screws. Set the torque value to 20.5 Newton-centimeter. Use the adjustable torque driver and 5 IP bit or Torx T5 screwdriver to reinstall the 5/5 IP screws. Set the torque value to 17.5 Newton-centimeter. Use the adjustable torque driver and 5 IP bit or Torx T5 screwdriver to reinstall 2/5 IP screws. And then, set the torque value to 28 Newton-centimeter to reinstall 4/5 IP screws into the logic board near the fans. Position the screw covers over each of the 4 screws. Press the screw covers to adhere them to the screws. The 16-inch model used the adjustable torque driver and 6 IP bit or Torx T6 screwdriver to reinstall the 2/6 IP screws. Then, use the 4mm hex nut driver to reinstall the 2 screws. Use the adjustable torque driver and 5 IP bit to reinstall the 6/5 IP screws into the logic board near the fans. Finally, reinstall the 4/5 IP screws. Tuck only the folded section of the display flex cables into the gap between the display and the internal frame. Press the display flex cable clips down over the bumpers and onto the internal frame. Reinstall 7 flex cables into the connectors. Press and hold the fan flex cables for 15 seconds to adhere it to the logic board. Reinstall all B2B connectors and position the covers over the connectors. Use the blue torque driver and 3 IP bit or Torx T3 screwdriver to reinstall 3 IP screws into the covers. Press and hold the Touch ID board flex cable for 15 seconds to adhere it to the logic board. The 16-inch model uses 2 specific 3 IP screws. Use the adjustable torque driver and 3 IP bit or Torx T3 screwdriver to reinstall 2 screws into the lower screw holes of the speaker's connector covers. Position the Venti antenna module in the top case. Use the adjustable torque driver and 5 IP bit or Torx T5 screwdriver to reinstall 6 5 IP screws into the venti antenna module. The outer 2 screws are longer and the inner 4 screws are shorter. The 14-inch model's torque value is 14.5 Newton-centimeter, and the 16-inch model's is 11.5 Newton-centimeter. Use the blue torque driver and pentalobe P2-bit or P2 screwdriver to reinstall the 9 screws. Reinstall the antenna coaxial cables connectors. Use the blue torque driver and 3 IP bit or Torx T3 screwdriver to reinstall 3 IP screws into the antenna coaxial cable grounding clip and cover. Set the torque value to 19 Newton-centimeter. Hold back the BMU and trackpad flex cables. Then use the adjustable torque driver and 5 IP bit or Torx T5 screwdriver to reinstall the 5 IP screw. Reinstall the BMU flex cable connector and trackpad flex cable B2B connector. Press the trackpad and BMU flex cables to adhere the logic board. Position the trackpad flex cable cover over the end of the trackpad flex cable. Then use the blue torque driver and 3 IP bit or Torx T3 screwdriver to reinstall the 2 3 IP screws into the cover. Lift the battery cover off from the top case. Ensure that the bottom case interior is clean and free of debris. Position the bottom case over the top case. Align the back edge of the bottom case with the vent antenna module. Put on the gloves. Hold the bottom case and slowly push it away from you to align it with the top case. Feel the spring fingers lock as you push the bottom case. Press the bottom case until you feel the internal clip snap into place. Use the pentalobe P5 screwdriver to reinstall the 4 long pentalobe screws and the 4 short screws. The entire procedure is now complete. Thanks for watching.